We black people know that racism exists. We know that it is a war that the white man is raging on us. But what many of us don't know is that we have turned ourselves into weapons of war for the white man as he rages his war against us. Because the white man has always known that the only way they can keep us oppressed and feeling inferior is if they separate us, because as long as we're together, we're invincible. But by dividing and ruling, by turning one black man against the other, or one black woman against the other, they can succeed in dividing us. So here I'm going to give 10 ways you can identify if you have become a weapon of war against your fellow black man or woman. Thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you like it, and if you do, please do subscribe. Number 1, you're a weapon of war if you believe that the black man is physically inferior. And this often has to do with our standards of beauty, which is often orientated towards the white man. Many of us believe that what is white is beautiful. A lighter skin is finer than a darker skin. Straight hair is better. So we try as much as possible to change our skin color, change our hair, wear wigs to look like the white man or woman. Not only that, even in one family, those children that are lighter in complexion are giving preference to the darker ones. I can recollect when I had my daughter that was really dark, and I felt like I had this wonderful, lovely, cute baby. And people kept coming to the hospital and said, "Oh, Maria, what went wrong this time? She's so dark." If you believe that the black skin is not as beautiful or even more beautiful than the white skin, you are a weapon of war. Number 2, you are a weapon of war if you believe that the white man is better than the black man. And this can manifest itself in so many ways. It could be because you believe he's intellectually superior, or you believe he can do things better than the black man. For instance, when you go to the hospital and you'd rather be treated by the white doctor than the black doctor. Or even things so basic like you see a black woman having a party and inviting white and black children. Then she's struggling to have the white children in the front so that they can be seen on the picture. And when they send the picture back home, everybody can see that you have arrived because your children are celebrating their party with white children. That makes you a weapon of war for believing that the white man is superior. Number 3, you are a weapon of war when you believe that because you are married or in a relationship with a white man or woman, you are somehow better and no more in that inferior category like other blacks. You feel you now have privileges. You now belong somehow to the privileged class, and you look down on your fellow black, or you think that your children, your mixed children, are now superior to the black children. I've even seen cases where a black man would come with his white wife to a party where blacks are and be like showing off that his kids can't eat African food and trying to give them preferences or feeling they are better, or you think you are higher placed in society, or that you wouldn't be affected by racism just because you have a white partner. If you feel that way, you're an instrument of war. Number 4, you're an instrument of war when you feel that because you are better educated or better situated, that you've left the inferior class behind, and you suddenly want to swim offshore with the privileged and the superior class. And then you don't look back at your black brothers and sisters. They are now them, and you don't belong to them. Then you are an instrument of war. Number 5, You are an instrument of war if you have a voice to speak up for black people, but you speak up only for yourself or people you believe belong in the same class like you. So some blacks are fortunate. They are in political positions or other positions where they can give blacks a voice, but they are only interested in their own selfish interests. They feel they no longer belong to the inferior class, and they don't support the cause of black people. They don't look back at the grassroots. Number 6, you are a weapon of war when you are so irritated about the influx of refugees, when you feel that they are bringing you down, you feel that you are now being identified with them, that things were better before they came, and you'd rather join the voice of saying, don't allow immigrants or refugees in, then you are an instrument of war. Number 7, you are an instrument of war when you deny that racism exists and you claim you have never had an experience that was racial. This happens just because you want to believe that you are no longer affected by racism, that you don't belong to the class of those people that are affected by it. Number 8, you are an instrument of war when you deny that other people have racial experience, or worse still, you blame it on them. They must have done something wrong. An example would be when someone is arrested by the police or maltreated, and you claim he probably did something wrong, resisted arrest, or had drugs on him, then you are an instrument of war against black people. Number 9, you are an instrument of war when you don't do voluntary work for your black community or for your fellow black brothers and sisters. Worse still, when you are actually being paid or you receive funds to engage in community work or to help black brothers or sisters, or when you have been put in a position by black brothers and sisters and you don't use that position to help those blacks that are less privileged and need the help. And finally, number 10, you're an instrument of war if you don't patronize black businesses. And worse still, if you sabotage a brother or a sister's business, which is beginning to happen even more often now. You don't have your own business, you don't patronize a black brother or sister's business, and then you set about trying to sabotage a brother or a sister's business. That makes you an instrument of war. The battle is real. So many brothers and sisters have over the years lost their lives. Please don't be an instrument of war. I hope that we can all reflect on this and make sure we're on the right side. Thank you and God bless.